guys, welcome back to the Theory of Three. My name is Austin. We are back
After a long hiatus.
Woo! Thanks Corona. But yeah, it's been a while. Everybody's been pretty much completely shut down. And everybody's just been picking up here and there jobs that dare exist against the throne. So so hopefully everybody that's listening is doing well. For the three of us, it's been an interesting couple of months. In between the few tiny little jobs that pop up here and there, it's been obviously like every other state, pretty much shut down. So, but yeah, I guess we'll just kind of get this started. Is more of a conversation about how the hell everything's been going for the past 4 months. Isn't it crazy that it's going to be 6 months here in a couple of days since this whole thing just pretty much got shut down?
That's a bad reminder.
Jeez.
Dude, because it's
the middle of March.
Well, but honestly, it's like
6 months since the beginning of 2020. Like if you imagine how 2020
beginning
was
of
going to
2020.
go. Yeah.
Like 2020, January was so good, and then February was decent. March was like, okay, we're starting to wait. What happened? This Corona what? And then here we are in May, and people are like, okay, what do we do?
Yep.
It's just
I think before we go into talking about all the bad that this whole shutdown has happened, like what have you guys done? Because I know I've taken some time to reevaluate, whether it be business practices or going through and reading books or watching CEO interviews and talking about talk about business and how to be a better business person, how to be more efficient in life.
Sure.
Like in betterment, what have you done over the past 4.5 months of doing nothing for bettering yourself for the next 6-8 months?
I've lost weight because I've redone my food budget to last me the year.
It's being
nice. I haven't made money, so I've reevaluated my banking account, and it's from a couple thousand to zero, which is great.
Just
the
like
norm.
my dreams. They just went from everything to nothing.
The norm. Yeah. No, I think in some sense, like 90% of the people, when we started the podcast, but then like 90% of the people, once they got the shutdown, they're like, why don't we all start a podcast and start doing, more YouTube content? And we were like, you know what? We're going to shut off. We're not doing anything.
Prepare for the swarm of just, podcasts. Yeah.
But I think in some sense, like the idea of keeping the trend on trying to better yourself in that sense is
it's good.
Did you actually just stop in mid-sentence to read a text?
Well, she's trying to get
You got text. It's
like,
wow.
Wait, hold up.
That didn't take any effort to sidetrack.
No. That's another thing I've been focusing on, is trying to keep my attention on something. But I think I've been consuming a lot more content, especially on like YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah. Not so much the staying up way late and watching cat videos, which is not cat videos, but I've been watching a lot of Gary Vee, a lot of his stuff. I almost said it.
I've definitely been staying up later, that's for sure.
Yeah, I need to get back to the norm. 5:15.
Not new normal, but the actual normal. The January normal.
Can I say, like, I worked a job a couple weeks ago, surprisingly, and I was wearing a mask throughout most of the day. And I'll tell you right now, like, our director was sitting behind the monitor. He was working a little bit, but like he was wearing his mask, not really a problem. Dude, when I'm lifting shit, I don't want to have a mask.
It's hard to breathe, man.
It's hard to breathe.
Yeah. Well, they say that the masks cut your oxygen intake by like 40%.
Dude, it's stupid.
Or just air intake in general.
It's stupid, man.
No, just oxygen alone. Like you take air out of it, it's just 40% of your oxygen is now.
We're in a building. Surprisingly, we're in a building. Plus, I'm trying to work with a mask on. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. No, masks are absolutely a pain. My girlfriend and I, we went on a trip to Dallas, and in the airport, you can't go into the airport without using a mask. Mm-hmm. But when you get in there and you get up to the front, the funniest bit was to me is that they force you to put on a mask, and if you do not have a mask, they will give you a mask, which we did. You get in there to the front to check your passport, they make you take your mask off in the middle of the airport so they can make sure that that it's you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's just like, what are you doing? Like, so you're telling me that I have to go through the whole airport with my mask on, And then when I get up to the one place that has the most people that I'm going to be surrounded by, you want me to take my mask off.
Well, it's the same thing of people putting their masks like down below their nose. It's like it's hilarious, dude. Like some of the stuff that you see. Yeah, a friend or Darren went to that Chipotle and was like ordering food, and like the guy behind the counter serving food was like had his mask down over his beard. It's like
Protecting his
what
beard.
plus. Yeah, what are you doing, dude?
Protecting that beard from Corona.
Yeah.
Charisma, 100%.
Yeah. But I think I haven't done. That's another thing. I haven't done one Zoom call, which I'm so happy about. I've just been doing conference calls and stuff like that, which that might change tomorrow. I have no idea, but
I've had to do a couple of Zoom. Actually,
I hate Zoom calls.
It's much better now that I know the system, and I know a lot of people both in the industry and out of the industry. It's become its own industry in and of itself. Like it's industry standard now. If you want to communicate, you have to use Zoom because of the way they've got it built as a platform.
I started using Zoom like right when the pandemic hit. Like,
yep.
And I'm not a fan.
Oh, it's not the best. Oh, for sure.
It's not the best. It's not intuitive. I mean, it's all right, but
it's very boomerish.
Yeah, but it's
Boomer friendly.
It's the
Boomer
security
friendly.
on it was my issue.
Oh, the security is horrible.
Because it was just there were so many breaches going on. It was just
Who owns it? Isn't it like
It's a Chinese
It's a
government,
Chinese company.
I think.
Wait a minute. Chinese company owns. Huh. Wonder if there's like a. Never, I'm not gonna go there.
I'm starting this.
Yeah, but that mean that
Wait,
you know,
the company's based out of Wuhan.
what?
What?
Their LLC that owns this company is called Corona. What?
Jesus. It links to an offshore account called Kung Flu. What?
No, it make America pay.
Again?
No, that means no, it's not America.
All jokes.
Make the world pay.
All jokes.
But that I think it's funny to see how many other companies have like designed their website. Like Google started like put in Gmail. Like they used to have like the
Now they
Google
have
Hangouts.
conference.
Yeah, you can make like a video meeting conference in Google and like set it
Straight
up through
through
Gmail.
Gmail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool how they innovated all that stuff, which is I guess
It took them long enough.
Yeah, it took them long
Dude,
enough.
what's going to be the most surprising thing, and I don't know how this is going to play out in our industry for film, but to think that all of these companies are now switching to full-time, not part-time, full-time positions that have zero, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they have zero intentions of changing that from their out of the workplace job.
We're
We're
starting
talking about full-time, full-paid positions that are no longer going to be at the workplace.
Yep.
I understand which jobs.
So the one that I'm most familiar with is the car industry. So there have been at least 3 or 4 people that I know personally that have started working at several car companies in the Dallas area, and 3 of those out of those 4 people are now full-time employees of the company with zero attachments to the workplace. They work from home and they will not go to the establishment.
Oh, they won't.
Yep, and the company has promised them that we're never going to bring you back.
Huh.
You're never coming back to the building because there's no need for it.
But is that based on how bad they looked when they came in for their interview, or they're just like, you know what?
No.
In front of
No,
customers, we don't want you.
they've
We like your
realized-
work, we just don't like the face.
What's crazy is my girlfriend's brother. He is a manager at one of those places, and he has like 10 people there at the building now. 10 people out of where there used to be 80. And he's like, and it's getting to the point where more people are working from home, and I'm going to be the one here. Yep. The managers work from the place as a community hub.
Well, they're starting to
work
realize,
with people.
They're starting to realize you don't need people. Like, you need your receptionist, you need your sales on the lot, but besides for that, you don't need people in the building. You can cut costs, and you'll see a lot of buildings or a lot of companies downsizing that don't necessarily have a.
And it's not because they're missing people. It's because they have less personnel.
It's not because they're decreasing the size of their business, but it's because they're pushing their employees to work from home. Which means they can call them anytime.
Yeah.
So there is a downside to it for the employees.
There's downside, but there's
huge
also
upside for the
a
business.
huge plus on the good side.
Yeah, I think in some sense, like those businesses just want them to be accountable with their time, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But if they're all under one roof, it's easier to
nowadays
manage.
you can have logins and based on activity. So if they
They'll
don't
see
do activity
who
in
when
like
they log
40
in, yeah.
seconds,
Jeff, why haven't you logged in for that? You're mirroring.
Clicking around on Warcraft. What?
What?
Huh?
Huh? Minecraft. It's not Warcraft. Minecraft.
Yeah,
anymore.
Warcraft.
Yeah.
Warcraft. Yeah.
PewDiePie made that big.
Minecraft.
But anyway, that being said, like a lot of that stuff has been interesting to see how they've adapted. And like there's a car company in St. Louis that's been doing about the same rates of sales they had before the coronavirus, which is crazy. But again, it's down to demographics.
I don't know if that has anything to do with the stimulus checks either.
Oh yeah,
I mean it probably does because people feel like they have more security because they're getting free money.
$1,200 is nothing.
$1,200, man.
But
People, well, then again, like that's not to say anything because, like, again, one of I'm not gonna name, but one of a person that we know has a rather large family, and he's getting $5,000 to $6,000 checks.
Oh, it's stupid.
Yeah, and that's for just his family, not him.
It's
his
stupid.
family.
It's stupid.
And it's kind of
let me say it's not stupid in the sense of like
what it's doing
for them, but it's just it's crazy,
ridiculous. Just
it's just that people don't think about the ramifications of like how many years is it going to take for us to pay that back? How much is the tax going to go up?
Well, we've got a 6% incline in tax currently, based on the numbers just over the past 10 years.
Yep.
But I mean, now you're looking at
what do you mean a decline?
Incline.
An
increase.
I thought
in
you said
taxes.
decline. I was like, what?
An increase in taxes by 6% every year, and just in terms of monetary, like if you took $100 and tried to pay that same $100 back, it would be $106. But they're thinking probably 8 to 10% more.
Nice.
Every single year.
That's perfect.
Because even then you're not going to be able to pay it back.
Well, that's the thing.
50, 60 years.
It'd be easier to just go, hey, I'm unemployed, and get money from the government for unemployment.
That's what socialism does.
Yeah.
I don't want to go too far down the
political path, but that's
kind of what it does. The people who work really, really hard. It's like being in a class. It's like if you have, they employed the rule grading.
What is that called?
Grading by the rule.
Grade by the rule. Where everybody
yeah.
goes in and everybody gets a flat grade based on the total sum of the
class.
class.
100 people, 4 of them or 5 of them get 100% or A's, straight A pluses, and the rest get like 15 to 20% get B's, the rest get C's, and there's a very small percentage that get D's, right?
And then you have like the people who get poor grades are like, well, I don't have to do anything now that everything's graded by the curve, and then all your A plus students are like, well, what's the point?
Because
so then your
gets
average grade goes
to
from like
grade,
a B to like a
because
C,
it's based off
C
the
minus.
class, not based off of personal.
And it just keeps going down because nobody wants to put in the effort because they're having to carry the weight of the people that are not wanting to do anything. So, logically it makes no sense.
Yeah,
none.
Yeah, I think that it's I don't know. I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing considering what's happened in the industry because I know that California. I don't know if you guys know any news about anything else that's happened in California in the past week. I know earlier this week...
What hasn't happened in California?
True. But they were just discussing opening up the LA surrounding counties, but not LA County itself. The governor was saying, like, the rest of the state can open except, like, LA County and the city of LA, which is obviously massive and where a lot of production happens. And I don't know if that goes as well for San Francisco or San Diego.
I don't know.
But I would assume they, too, are probably not going to open up.
I know there's a friend that lives in LA, and he said they were opening up parks, but like Disneyland was saying something about they were going to open up, but they required you have to wear a mask in there.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, they're actually opening up.
They are.
Wow.
Mid-June or
I know.
Everybody's hurting, dude. Jesus.
Yeah. Every
cruise liners. Like, when was the last time someone's going to go on a cruise liner?
And everybody's getting bailed out, dude.
Yeah.
All these big companies are getting bailed out, so I don't know what's happening, dude. I'm just curious.
I know someone's going to ask us if we took the stimulus check. No, we didn't take the stimulus check.
No.
Because we got money.
We're
so rich.
Loaded.
I'm curious because
everybody else was eating, again, beans and rice. We were having Wheaties every morning, just Wheaties and eggs.
What do you mean in the morning? What do you mean morning? Like
Wheaties, Wheaties all day.
No, we eat. We literally eat one meal. It's at 2:00.
That's it. We eat Wheaties.
We literally eat one meal. And people are like, "Why do you guys look so good?" We're fasting most of the day. It's water, one meal a day.
The never-ending fast of Corona. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do intermittent fasting all day.
Yep. And then once a week on Sunday, we all cheer with a Corona beer, just in the name of...
But that's the thing. Yeah. People get to a point where it's the stimulus check. Like, the idea of, like, they take that money and go out and buy, like a car or, like, to put a down payment on something.
Dude, I legitimately saw somebody on Twitter post an image that everybody obviously started making fun of. But they posted an image of themselves like, hey, got my stimulus check, and guess what? Guess what I've got now? And it's like an 80-inch TV.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what? what are you doing? And the best part was, at first I thought it was just like, I mean, well, okay, I mean, I guess if you got money and you got to save, I mean, good for you. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
hell, if I was doing the exact same position, I would just go out and buy a brand new TV. I mean, why not? It's more of a joke for you. But then they legitimately have posted right as the pandemic hit that they don't have money for rent. Like, what kind of person? I don't know.
They're gonna want another stimulus check.
They're betting on another one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And I think the sad part is too, considering the fact that like the industry we work in, I have a lot of friends that live in like larger cities, obviously much larger than St. Louis.
Like
Better cities, better
more
everything, better
opportunities.
states, better people, better
yeah.
food, better everything than
I
St.
think
Louis.
so,
No,
yeah, 100%.
no, I'm joking on that. St. Louis is a good city, except when it comes to the film industry. It's a very hard city to work out of. But my
that's
point
a topic
is,
call.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic.
Another topic.
Entirely.
The point is though that people living in like LA or Chicago or New York, Atlanta's not as bad, but specifically New York for my like demonstration, they had posted their rent issues and how like with everything shut down they can't go anywhere, they can't buy anything for that matter.
$1,200 in New York is just
dude
garbage.
nothing. Dude, $1,200 is half of your rent.
Yeah.
Half your rent
Same thing
every
in LA.
month. You know, and it's crazy because they were paying like with like I think it was 3 people living in an apartment for $4,000 a month. Like what?
Dude,
What are you doing? What you could get a house, a beautiful house here in St. Louis for that. I mean, obviously you can
$4,000 a month, dude. You could. That's like 4 months worth of rent,
Yeah, that's
4
4 months worth of rent, or
at least.
that's your mortgage payment, without a question.
Well,
At least 3 months mortgage payment.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like 3
3
months
at
of
least.
mortgage payment.
there's a guy in
normal
Texas
size
looking at a
house.
4-bedroom house with a 2-bath for $1,400 a month. 4 bedrooms.
Jesus.
It's like with a garage, with a lawn and a
Probably 2,600 square foot.
At least, at
2,800,
least.
yeah.
Beautiful.
He's like,
staccato type.
it's myself and my girlfriend. I think we're just gonna get it. He's like, oh, I'm fine with it.
Who?
You know, huh?
Is it Josiah?
No, it's a guy that I know on game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was just. I was like, dang, Josiah, go for it, bro. Good for you.
Josiah's making the dough.
I was like, woo, my man,
I
go
mean,
for it.
Here's the
He
thing.
probably is. He just doesn't show it.
I think a lot of businesses right now.
He does come
are-
across as one of those dudes.
Yeah,
Go
I think a
for
lot
it.
of businesses right now should just be opening up no matter what.
Yeah.
You know, and just not. I mean, you should be, careful. Granted, but
Dude,
just stop
here's the
caring.
thing.
Just go door to door. If you
Dude,
like, I go to door to door. So
Man,
then
I'll repeat this 1,000 times over.
just do it.
This whole Corona business has made my life just so much more enjoyable in a lot of ways. And it's primarily to how people are so meticulous with their cleaning. Now, obviously, some people are doing it because it's mandatory. But just going to the gym. I went to the gym a couple days ago for the first time in months. And it was the best experience ever. Very few people. The people that were there were like the diehards, like all my old friends. Like everywhere I turned, I saw a friend of mine. But most importantly, it was spotless. The building is spotless.
Literally, what you do after this?
Ceiling to floor.
What you do after this? If you go in the gym and it's dirty again, you just start coughing. You're like, I think I just picked up something, and then the management's like lawsuits coming in, clean this everything.
It's just no. They legitimately. I talked to the manager and they cleaned it ceiling to floor, like the rafters, everything that you can see. They cleaned. They flipped every piece of equipment upside down. They cleaned everything, sanitized everything.
You know what cracks me up?
You
I
know?
just thought about this. I was going to correct you when you said ceiling to floor, and because people say mostly floor to ceiling,
Yeah.
but it always should be.
That's
cleaned
why.
from
That's
ceiling
why I
to
said it
floor.
that way.
Yeah.
It's ceiling to floor because they didn't want anything from the ceiling falling to the floor, so they had to clean floor to ceiling.
Yep.
Bathrooms smell good for the first time, and as a men's bathroom in a Planet Fitness, that's kind of a big deal.
Well, the problem is the bathrooms may smell good, but the art and the people that are walking around there didn't get any better. You get the guys coming out of the shower butt naked, and you're like, dude,
Woo!
just put a towel on. You know?
That's 76 years of what I don't want to see. Yeah. No, but there's so
No,
many,
don't go for the soap.
yeah, leave the soap. My eyes.
Yeah.
I respect those old like Vietnam vets that walk in there and they work out and they have zero. They leave the curtains open. They're just scrubbing away at whatever's left of
used
their
to it, you know?
their 80-year-old bodies,
Yeah.
and it's just going everywhere. They move a little, and the rest of it just jiggles.
Oh, God.
And they turn and look at you, and the best part is, I'm looking at them in horror. They turn and look at me with joy and wave. It's just like, bro, we are on 2 different wavelengths here. Listen,
No F's given.
yeah, Sarge.
That's a great Reddit thread. Like,
Yeah.
no F's given.
No, I really appreciate the good things that have come out of the virus, and I think that with the country moving forward are going to be a lot more concerned. I don't know. there are a lot of good things about it. I know personally that, like, obviously I've been a lot more, cautious about what I do with, for cleanliness, but at the same time, I don't get as frustrated with people going to the bathroom and using it and then walking out without washing their hands. You never see that now. Like,
that always peeved me, but
dude, that just
it is
like, well, how big of a, never mind. Like, just what are you doing? You know, now you don't see that. Everybody's a lot. I don't know, and I think a lot of people are more polite. I've noticed that, just engaging with people, like opening doors, just random stuff, huh?
All the videos online are just like.
Well, we're not going to talk about the riots.
It's like the worst
stuff,
rises up,
Yeah, like
the only thing that trends on Twitter is the videos that are like the customers in New York are getting yelled at by all the customers.
Karen.
Yeah,
all the Karens.
Yeah,
I mean,
you see that video?
the thing is, like,
Isn't it insane? Like
anything that trends, it's never like the good stuff that trends. It's always the bad stuff, like the really
because the good stuff.
Well, the
it's
thing
quiet.
is, like, the only things that really do trend are the one that did trend this last week was the guy that made that bomb. Bomb. Wow, that sounded bad.
Woo!
The that glitter bomb for DoorDash or the door thieves or Amazon thieves or porch thieves. That's what they're called. Porch thieves.
They've been doing that for a while though.
Well, he did another video, and it was like another 26-minute video, and it was about squirrels. And he set up like this ninja course for squirrels to get like these walnuts. It was hilarious, dude. In like 2 days, it got 26 million views.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congrats to that guy,
No, well, it's
26 million views.
he's got like 63 million on that other one.
That kind of tells you how much people are just engaging with each other.
Well, it's how much content's being consumed now,
People are consuming content.
That's
at a
another
higher
thing.
rate.
Birds of Prey.
Oh.
Have not watched.
I have not watched it.
Have
but
no
I've heard so
intentions.
many bad reviews about it.
Okay, this is what I can tell you. I watched the first exact 9 minutes of Birds of Prey. Oof. And I got to 9 minutes, and I know exactly 9 minutes and 17 seconds. And if anybody's listening and you watch Birds of Prey, wait till the minute, 9 minutes and 17 seconds. When you see that little clip and scene happen, you're going to leave. It has to be
Bad.
No, it's not bad.
It's worse than bad.
Okay, so I watched the Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
Garbage, absolute garbage. It's like they took everything that was kind of cringe and bad about the first Suicide Squad, and then they thought, you know what would be best? Let's make a whole movie out of that. And then on top of that, let's take a character whose entire personality is derived from Jack Sparrow, except let's put it in somebody that isn't actually funny, and then not only that, but let's put them in the situation they can never do. Are you calling a woman
not funny? Are you a sexist?
You're
a bigot. You're a bigot. You're absolutely a bigot.
It has got to be one of the worst movies I've seen in the past 5 years.
Margot Robbie, right?
A brilliant actress. I love Margot Robbie.
She's
dude.
I've not seen, but what?
Dude, she is a fantastic actress.
Wolf of Wall Street. Fantastic movie.
Dude, she is. Even though, I don't know. When it comes to female actresses, she's way up there on my list.
I mean,
But this movie.
What was that one movie?
Skating movie.
The skater.
Audience, you know what we're talking about. Yes.
Brilliant.
Just look up her.
That has to be one of her best movies, in my opinion.
Tanya.
Yeah.
Tanya. Yeah, one of her best movies. This movie made me just. I could not watch it. I could not watch it. It was so bad.
I'm curious if she was under contract
to do it
because of Suicide Squad
with DC for X amount of films.
Because my thing is, like, in some sense, it's not so much that her. To me, it's like it's not her. There's only so much you can do with acting because of the script and how the lines that are being written. Right. It's the script that she got. Like you said, if she was under contract, then she probably had to do it either way. But if she wasn't under contract and she read the script and did it anyway, then that says a whole lot more about her than it does about, you know what I mean? But, you know, it's like, as an actor, like, how, I don't know. I've heard so many people say that it's one of the worst movies they've seen in a long time.
Well, what was that other movie? The Ocean's 11? Was it Ocean's 11?
Yes.
That was another...
No, dude, my thing is, that's another thing. That's the problem of, and I'm going to sound bad. Well, it's not as bad here, but it's just truth. Is that all these reboots are just with women, and they're reboots. Like, you're trying to improve on something. Go out, write your own stuff,
And there's so many good stories that can be
I know.
told.
Go out and go write your own. Go write your own stuff. Literally, go write your own stuff.
I've started reading a lot more, and I know we mentioned this earlier, and I don't want to like backtrack too much about self-improvement, so on and so forth. But I started rereading novels because back when I was, I would say about 15, 16, I was obsessed with books, and I read so many books in the period of like 2 or 3 years. I would just tear through entire series because it was something that I would get so pretty just stuck in the story, and I had to keep reading almost. Yeah. And I started doing that again. And there are so many good books out there that have no story, never been filmed, just there, and there's so much of it. There's so much. There's so many series that I'm hearing about from other people that I love that they're just like, bro, you gotta check this out. Bro, you gotta check this out. I'm like, good God, how much is out there? And it's crazy to me that there are some of these stories. One of the pieces that I'm reading right now. The basic concept is about time, and
Who's it? What's the name of the book?
I'm legitimately blanking on the name of the book.
Blanking?
Yeah.
Literally.
I'm
blanking on. He's blanking on blanking.
I'm blanking on blanking. Yeah. I'm blanking on the book.
I should put that in Wikipedia. Yeah. Blanking is literally forgetting everything.
Yeah.
Literally the word blanking.
No words. When you blank, it's the moment.
Yes.
What is that book called? It's a series of books, but it's pretty much about time travel. And there's a lead female character in it that is so stinking well written, and it boggles my mind. And I agree with you. Why are they rebooting the Pirates of the Caribbean?
No,
why are they rebooting the Pirates of the Caribbean?
The problem
with
is
the female
that,
actress?
No. The problem is that the companies that are doing these movies don't see money in the little books that you're talking about. They don't see money.
Risk.
In it. They don't see money. They want a name. They want a name like Star Wars. They want a name like DC. They want Marvel. They want these bigger companies. But they're still bombing. They're still bombing.
And they don't realize. They don't. It's like they don't care.
They don't understand that those Star Wars was created based on a risk, and they created that franchise. Same thing like Harry Potter and Pirates of the Caribbean. It was a risk to undertake, and they're not taking that risk anymore. I don't know if it's management that have just been, like the company's been passed down to the next generation, and they don't feel comfortable doing it, or they're not.
Sure.
They're not that creative type like their father or the previous CEO or whatever. But it's sad. It's really sad because the entertainment industry is it's dying.
Yeah, and you know that it's bad when you've got companies like New Line Cinema and the whole deal with Alita Battle Angel.
Yeah.
Like that. They are struggling. They struggled for 9 months to get a second movie or sequel. And that movie did so well.
The first one?
Everyone loved it.
It didn't have a perfect story.
It didn't have a perfect story, but it didn't matter. The character
was just fine.
I
didn't mind it.
And it worked well. Like the whole storyline worked well, and it was cohesive. It was original, something people hadn't seen, quote unquote.
The thing is that they don't get is like if they're rebooting something, 90% of the fans that are going to watch it aren't going to watch it because you put a woman in there, because we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't, because we want the story, and if the story was written for a man, we want a man.
Yeah.
If that's what the book is, we've already got attachment. The people that have read the book already got attachment to Harry Potter. We don't want to see Hermione be Harry Potter. That's not how that works.
What's the point?
We want Harry Potter to be a boy because that's how it's portrayed in the book. That's how J.K. Rowling wrote it.
Yeah. And instead of seeing the perspective, I mean, what are you going to do with a female character? What is she? Are we now going to get a situation where all the boys are crushing on her and she doesn't know what to do with all the scenario?
No.
Or does the dynamic switch? Where she has all these secret crushes on all these boys and we don't know what. Like, why? What are you gonna do? Like, I can imagine somebody ruining the Harry Potter series, a series that I love, in like 30 years or 20 years, and they're gonna reboot it, and it's gonna be like, what are you all? Why?
Literally, that's what they're gonna do. I guarantee they're gonna put an LGBTQ someone in there. They're gonna put a trans in there. They're gonna put a gay in there.
A disabled wheelchair Harry Potter.
What was the name of that movie that had a blonde
Atomic Blonde?
Atomic Blonde. See, I had those backwards, but Atomic Blonde. That was.
You didn't like it.
Well, what was the name of that? Who was the main actress in it? If I'm thinking of the same movie, she's the blonde, and she does like this fighting stuff. She's like an assassin. Isn't it the same one?
Yeah.
Dude, the fighting. Maybe it's just
the fighting was not good.
The fighting was horrible. She's literally kicking grown men across. It's like
120 pounds.
You would kick the guy in the chest, and you would be the one flying backwards, bro.
It's weight, but You know, it's
we're
a
not
movie.
we're not gonna
You know?
judge Hollywood movies with
Based
their
on
accuracy.
realism,
Yeah,
you know?
and realism. Yeah. It's not how that works.
Just look at a grenade explosion. You know?
Jesus.
Fireball. There's no fire. It's
Yeah,
just.
it's just a blow up.
It's
But
just-
it kills me to see. That's the thing. There's a bunch of good films out there that have good female roles. I think there should be more. But one, people aren't going to watch your film because it's a female role.
Yep.
Two, they're going to watch it because it's a good movie.
Bro, as much as I didn't like... Okay, I'm going to preface this. I didn't like how it ended. I don't like how it started. I don't
Which?
actually like the books
Game
that
of
much.
Thrones.
No.
Oh.
Hunger Games.
Oh, okay.
Look at Hunger Games. Katniss Everdeen.
Oh,
Right? There is a female character that was A, well-written, B, had a complete
You had no
storyline.
guy griping about that because it was a
No,
well-written
dude,
story.
well done story. Like, people may have not liked the movie, but no one looked at her as a female character and be like, oh no, she's just an absolute Karen.
She blew up because she's a good actress.
She's a good
Yep.
actress,
and it was a good, well-written book. And it had a story to
the
it.
character had development. There was like all kinds of changes within her character, almost like a full wraparound, and it was brilliant.
No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a reboot with a male star. I think that would
Dude,
change.
you know how much I would laugh at that? If somebody came up to me and said, hey, we're rebooting the Hunger Games and we're putting like a male version of Katniss Everdeen, I'd be just like, bro, get out of here. Like,
Yeah,
y'all are
because
stupid.
People already have attached. It'd be the same. It's what they're trying to do with females.
Yeah.
You're taking a male role and trying to turn it into a female.
Dude, as much as everybody hated the end of Game of Thrones, imagine rewriting Game of Thrones with a male like Daenerys Targaryen.
Yeah.
Dude, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, oh, y'all, no, screw y'all. Y'all ruining one
No,
of
there's
the,
a dynamic there. There's
one
always
of
a
the
dynamic.
best
Yes.
dynamics.
Yeah. It's the same thing. I don't. It's like
would've-
We're not
it
going to talk about
pissed me
season
off.
7. We're not going to do that.
you mean
Season 7 doesn't exist.
Wait, it's season 8. Season 7 is the.
Was it season?
Yeah, so there's season 8.
We're getting on such a rant over
I
this.
don't know.
Look, I will end on this though. When it comes to shows that I've almost rewatched recently that I actually was blown away with. There's a guy has a YouTube channel and he breaks down personality types, and he did one
Was it Charisma
on
on Demand?
No.
Okay.
He broke down Game of Thrones season 7. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I have to watch the season again because I have a whole new appreciation for it. And to be honest with you, I think he made a point that the show ended perfectly. And it's
Wait. You're saying the show ended on season 8?
or sorry,
not
that's
7.
what I meant. That's what I meant. Not 7, 8.
Everyone keeps saying
Yeah.
7 here.
Because
That's all I
he
remember.
broke down the different personality types based off of like Myers-Briggs. And now Myers-Briggs isn't perfect, but he broke down like the kind of things that those characters do and the choices they make, and the kind of character that Daenerys is that she and her personality type over a period of wanting perfection, because that's what they see. They are the kind of personality that can look within themselves and say, I see what is best for the world, and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, I'm going to make that happen. Well, her personality type is identical to Hitler, because her character type from the very beginning is the same as his in his design, because what she wanted, whether wrong or good, was based out of what she desired, what she thought was best, because she knew what was best, and she chose that no matter what anyone else thought.
Even though she had what was right, but then it got
Exactly. And this idea that it ended badly because he had to kill her, and because this whole process, dude, it totally blew my mind the way he took her character and was like, no, she ended perfectly, because that's what had to happen. And her character, that was the only place she could go.
Yeah.
That was what she was intended to do.
Yeah, but it felt like
Yeah.
it was rushed. All
It
those
was
episodes
rushed.
in
Oh, for sure.
season 7 or
Yeah.
season 8 is just rushed.
Yeah.
It felt like they were trying to write fast and trying to wrap up so many storylines that it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
What did they? Oh, right, Mandalorian. Was it the Mandalorian that the two brothers that were doing Game of Thrones moved to?
No, they didn't do.
I don't know.
No, they didn't do.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Have either of
I
you
know it
watched
was-
Mandalorian?
Yeah.
I've watched the first 3 episodes.
Good?
And I couldn't finish it.
Oh.
It just.
It's not worth your time. Absolutely not worth your time.
Huh.
If you're into
I mean, the only thing that's good out of that TV show is Baby Yoda. That's really it.
Yeah.
But you know,
I'm
I
trying to
like the length of the TV, the actual episodes. They're real short.
They're
I like it.
beautifully shot. They're one of
you
the best.
you like short.
looking-
I guess you would be
You'd
an
be the
expert on
expert on
short.
that.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Is there any new shows that you guys have watched recently that you liked?
No.
Like anything?
No.
I haven't been watching much. Like, I think the last movie I watched was the old Top Gun,
The original.
and that was it. You know.
Trying to think. I think the only show that I've recently started watching that obviously now I'm like a massive fan of is Rick and Morty.
Oh God.
Goodness.
Rick and Morty has got. You know what's funny is that in the past like year or so, I finally got introduced to Community. the show Community.
No idea.
And I thought I would hate it, and I started to get addicted to it, and I didn't realize why. Well, it was done by the same creator of Rick and Morty, so I was like, oh, okay, kind of makes sense. It's a completely different style. Obviously, it's,
Has anybody seen
different,
The Ozark?
I have watched a couple of episodes, and it is fantastic.
I've
I
never
haven't
watched
seen
it.
I've not watched
It is honestly fantastic. I've heard that it just gets better. It's one of those shows that just gets better every season.
A lot of people have been saying that season 3 was like the best one they've had. Which, it's interesting. Like the same thing with Game of Thrones is like season 3 was like season 1 was fantastic. I thought at the beginning.
It just
of the
got
show.
so good. Like
Season 3, season 2, season 3, season 4.
it kept
were just
beating
so good.
expectations. That's
Yeah.
another thing too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Season 5, season 6 was really good, but not as good as those. Like, I don't know. Like I just.
It started petering off at about 6.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
7 was still good, and then 8 just I don't even know if 8
Bombed.
exists.
Jeez.
Bombed so bad.
Painful.
Well, it was just I think our expectations for what it was supposed to be in our minds just wasn't met, and
Well, the problem is you hype it up for you don't release anything for 2 years, and the audience is expecting something to blow them away. And when you release only 8 episodes with a horrible ending, is not
It's like
what
the
everyone
worst
was expecting.
worst taste in
You have
the-
2 years
their
to come
mouth.
up with something, and it could have been like the writer was rushed. They're like, "You write the last book," and he's like, "I don't want to," and they're like, "You write it." Or
or else what?
Yeah, he's like, okay, and he's like, John kills Daenerys. They're like, great, let's take it, let's go. He's like, no, wait, I wasn't done.
That was a draft.
Hold.
I see him running with his coffee cup and his slippers and his
Sir, that was only a draft. Go, we're filming it. But I think there's 6 minutes dropped off that. But yeah, I think that should do it. We're gonna try to do one of these every week. Oh, that's another thing. We probably should let them know that we're gonna be.
Oh, yeah.
We bought.
We're upgrading.
It's official.
It is official.
We are going to have our own mics, and hopefully beanbags in the soon future. So
Hopefully-
we'll look
hopefully
like
you'll be
a
able
pot
to-
smoking type of We just haze the image, like actually film it, just haze it.
No, seriously. Honestly, we'd blow up if we just tag Joe Rogan and Elon Musk and then literally just do pot. We'd be fine. We'd blow up.
but I'm not doing pot, dude. My brain would just go.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be right. My brain would just.
Yeah, no, but it's exciting though because we're actually going to get to do something we've wanted to do for a while.
Yep.
Make the podcast a lot more relaxed, and I think one of the big pushes for the podcast in general is to get away from being so like heavily structured and just make it a lot more just flowy based off of like a list of things.
Getting the concept of like what we're talking about, but not having something that's like super structured.
And we're getting better at the method of how we want to communicate. Specifically because it's more of just a conversation about what we feel of how the world looks from our perspective. And I know that isn't as original as most people would like, but at the same time, it's real. It's not, it's
and there will be topics that we'll talk about, and I'm sure there'll be some topics we'll delve into and talk very. And if you have any topics, please put them in the comments or shoot us an email or
something, because we're running out of topics over here, boys.
We're very limited. We're small brains in a big brain world. So
well, my thing is, I think in some senses, like if we're getting feedback from you guys on, hey, this is what would you guys think about this, which I don't even know if you want our opinion on things. But that being said, it's good to know what our industry is is vibing with. I used lingo there, new age lingo. Vibing with, yeah. It's like Joey coming out to Chandler. What's up, dude? What's up,
dude? What's up to
that's
the bro?
Dope.
What's up, bro?
That's dope. That's whack. It's like, dude, how old do I look? You look 30.
Come on, man.
Yeah. But yeah. So let us know if there's anything you would want us to talk about. If there's anything that if you want to know our opinion on. Just give us some suggestions. You can find the podcast on literally anywhere you look for podcasts. You can also find on YouTube at Brothers 3 Studios. And we got a bunch of other stuff, a bunch of other videos on YouTube. Go check that out. Subscribe. Shameless plug there. But other than that, we will we will catch you guys later. Thank you guys for listening, and peace.